Hello, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Gran Turismo 7 racers. So in this video here, this is going to be for pretty much for the guys in my league, Prodigy Racing Association. So in this video, uh, so I've been asked to by a couple of you guys to kind of give you an overview, I guess, or maybe like a tutorial on how to help you guys prepare for some of these races that we have coming up in the GT7 Championship and also in our stock series. So obviously, there's a couple ways to do this. One is to just go to multiplayer, set up a lobby, and do it that way. But if you really just want to be by yourself on a track with BOP enabled, like how we usually always race, the best way to practice I have found is to basically go to your world circuits. And the goal here is going to be basically you want to get to the point where you can do um, a time trial with BOP enabled and with a ghost. That way you can watch your own ghost and you can see potentially where you're making mistakes. That way you can improve your lap time. So we're just going to use Red Bull Ring as an example because that's our next track in the GT7 Championship. And if you go to time trial, there is no way to, I guess, automatically configure your car in BOP spec. So what I do is I go to custom race. I have the Porsche selected up there, which is the car I'm going to be using. So basically for this custom race, we're going to just turn BOP on. We're going to go over here. We're just going to click Go Race. And so now what you're going to do is you're going to go to Settings. You're going to look at your car settings. You're going to go to Detailed Settings. So, okay. So basically it gives you no information on what the tune actually adjusts to reach BOP, but what it does give you is over there on the left hand side. It gives you horsepower, 494, torque, 349, and weight, 2,932 pounds. So go on ahead, take a picture of that, screenshot, whatever you prefer, and then basically you can go back. So now you have those numbers down to reference. So now go back to time trial, full course, do afternoon. That's what time we'll be racing on this track. Then what you do is you go to settings, you go to car settings, you go to which we're going to do this. So setting sheet 2, my setting sheet 1's already set up for this, but setting sheet 2. So this is default settings for this car. So you see 508 horsepower, 360 foot-pounds of torque, and 2,740 pounds. So now we're just going to skip here. So setting sheet 1 is here. Okay, so my torque is 5 foot-pounds of torque off, actually. But my weight and my horsepower is exact. But I have 5 more foot-pounds of torque than the BOP setting for this car. But that's okay. I feel like that's okay. Still, it'll get you close on your lap times. 5 foot-pounds of torque isn't going to make or break you. Basically, you want get that as close as possible, get your horsepower where it needs to be, and get the weight especially where it needs to be. And how you do that is just basically buy the ballast, buy the power restrictor for this car, restrict your power down to 97%. You see, power restrictor is part that limits, reduces the maximum output of a car. So restrict it to 97. Ballast is 87, and that got my horsepower and my weight where it needed to be. So there could be another way to do this. So let's go back to settings sheet 2. So now output adjustment here. This would be another way. Which, okay. So actually now, the output adjustment down to 97 actually gets this a little bit closer. So that's cool. That takes our torque. Torque is almost exact to where BOP was. So now I think I'm going to do something else different too with this ballast. So we're going to add this ballast till we get to 2932, which was about 80-ish kilograms. I think around 85 maybe. 2932. Okay. So now this here. Okay, so basically we're dead center there. 0. Now what that means is that has positioned the ballast. So you have added 87 kilograms to the car in the centermost portion of the car. So what that means is that is going to affect handling characteristics of the car the least, because you're adding weight, but it is centralized in the car. So if you were to add weight to the rear, it could, change the handling characteristics of the car. If you were to add it to the front, it would change the handling characteristics of the car. So just leave that on 0. So 87, 0. Now we're leaving this on 100, and we've got this output adjustment at 97. So now you go back, and now that you've got your car where you want it as far as your settings, now click on settings again, down to your penalty settings, turn that on weak. That's how we always race. Wall collision penalty off. So now your screen will kind of reset here. So wow, very cold temperature there. Interesting. So now we go down to ghost settings. So now this one doesn't matter, but you want to check this on. This will display personal best ghost. So go back, and then you go to start, and you'll see here when I start this first lap, it will not obviously have a ghost because I haven't ran on the track yet. But once I complete one lap, then it will give me my ghost. So now, as you guys can see, we've got the ghost. This is just like your ghost when you're playing a sport mode or standard time trial. So as this video winds down here, I just want to tell you guys thank you very much for watching. And keep an eye out, because I think I'm going to do a lap guide for this track for you guys. I know I'm by far not the fastest in this GT7 championship we're doing, but hopefully I can give you guys maybe a few pointers here and there that may help you set a faster lap time as well, and get used to the track more quickly. So alright everybody, have a good one, and see you on track. But we're almost into the 127, so